Right now on Good Morning Northwest, KitCom 911 is searching for dispatchers as they're facing a shortage of workers. We'll tell you how you can apply coming up. And while public defenders' offices in Washington face a high caseload, a recent vote from the Washington State Bar hopes to change that. Plus, meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your full weather forecast. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. The time is 5 a.m. on Monday, March 11th. I hope you all had a great weekend. Let's check in now on your forecast with meteorologist Tiffany Savona. And Tiffany, what are we seeing today, this week? What's going on?
You know what? We have a great 7-day forecast. However, in the short term today, we have rain that'll be moving in later on. So hopefully you recovered from losing that hour of sleep Saturday night. As we're starting off this Monday morning, the sunrise now an hour later, 7:16, but we get that later sunset just before 7 o'clock. So it's back to getting ready for work and school in the dark. Temperatures are in the 30s and 40s depending on where you're seeing the breaks in the clouds. So where we're seeing the breaks is a bit colder, 34 in Yakima, 29 in Ellensburg. Look at Tri-Cities, 43 degrees, 40 in Walla Walla, and we're at 34 in Hermiston. So here's what you can expect today. We'll start off with some sunshine this morning. Expect increasing clouds throughout the day. You want to take the umbrella with you to work. You're not going to need it this morning or if you're going out for lunch, but during the evening commute, that's when the rain will be moving in. 52 for your high in Yakima. I think we'll hit 60 in Tri-Cities and upper 50s in Walla Walla. So overall, a seasonable mid-March afternoon. We'll let you know when those 60s return and how warm we'll get this week coming up. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. And KitCom 911 is hoping voters will approve a 0.2% sales tax this spring to help them fix outdated infrastructure. However, that funding won't fix a shortage of 911 dispatchers. KitCom officials say they need more candidates as they currently have their supervisors filling in. In order to apply, you have to be at least 18 with a high school diploma or a GED. Officials say the pay and benefits are competitive along with paid on the job training. But potential candidates do have to pass a background check, psychological exam, and polygraph test.
They're inputting warrants and protection orders, and that can mess somebody's life up if you don't take it seriously. So it needs to be done correctly, ethically, 100% of the time.
Later on Good Morning Northwest, we'll hear from a 911 dispatcher about what it's like to be on the job and how you can be too. A home in Pasco was destroyed after an afternoon fire Saturday. According to the Pasco Fire Department, firefighters were called to the 500 block of South 22nd Avenue, and when firefighters arrived, they said they saw a single-family home on fire. Firefighters were able to determine everyone had gotten out, and the fire was under control within 20 minutes. But according to firefighters, the home was destroyed. One person was taken to the hospital. Their current condition is not known at this time, and the cause of the fire is still under investigation. Also, less than 6 hours later, the Pasco Fire Department was able to put out a garage fire that left a home and its roof heavily damaged. Fire crews responded to the 500 block of North 15th Avenue just before 9:30 p.m. on Saturday, where they said there were flames coming from a garage behind the home. When firefighters first arrived, they said they were told someone had gone back in the burning home to look for a dog, but nobody was in the house at the time of the search. It was later determined the dog had managed to escape on its own. It has since been reunited with its family, and fire crews were able to put out the garage fire, but flames had spread to an attic space above the garage, and it took a little over 2 hours to put out the hot spots. And at this time, the cause of the fire is under investigation, and fire officials said nobody was hurt. In Walla Walla now, the Walla Walla Police Department said it's investigating a report of shots being fired in the 300 block of Catherine Street. Around 7 a.m. on Saturday, witnesses called for help after they said they could hear the sound of an argument and then 3 to 5 gunshots. When officers got to the scene, they said they did not find anybody with injuries, but they did find several handgun casings in the street. After talking to witnesses, investigators said they believe they have identified a possible person who may be involved but have not made an arrest. They also reported they found a handgun that may have been used in the shooting. And if anybody has information, they are encouraged to call the Walla Walla Police Department at the number on your screen. And one person was arrested after a SWAT standoff in Benton County on Thursday. Just before 5 p.m., Benton County Sheriff's officers were chasing a suspect car near Windy Lane in Benton City. After the chase, deputies said they saw the suspect run into a travel trailer, and deputies say as they attempted to perform a search warrant, the man began shooting at them through the door. That's when the sheriff's office called in the regional SWAT team. During the standoff, the man called dispatch to say he was going to surrender, and that's according to officials. He then left the trailer and was arrested. He's been booked on suspicion of assault first degree and unlawful possession of a firearm. And the State Bar Association held a vote Friday that would limit how many cases can be assigned to public defenders. According to advocates, it's absolutely necessary to cut down the caseload assigned to lawyers who defend people who cannot afford their own counsel. But county officials say they're already having problems finding enough public defenders to keep up with the demand from the courts, and this ruling could stretch their budgets too far. We'll give you an in-depth look at the issue as well as what changes you could possibly see over the next couple of years later on Good Morning Northwest. On Friday, the West Richland woman accused of murdering her ex-husband appeared back in a Florida courtroom. Shanna Gardner's attorneys say certain items that were taken during the execution of a search warrant were for attorney-client privilege only. The judge is reviewing the defense team's arguments about whether or not at least 2 documents can be used in the court proceedings, including Apple devices like the iCloud and Google Drives of Gardner and her current husband, Mario Fernandez. The judge says he will review the documents and make a decision. However, no timeline for that decision was given. Arguments on the issue will be heard at a later date. The sentencing of Richard Aguirre is scheduled for later today. The former Pasco police officer was convicted of killing a woman in East Spokane in 1986. He was found guilty in a December trial. Aguirre's defense wanted the conviction to be reduced from first-degree murder to second-degree murder. The sentencing was supposed to happen in early February, but was delayed while the judge reconsidered the motion. Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, outbreaks of the measles have been happening all over the country, and now a medical facility in California is reporting about 300 people who may have been exposed to measles. Looking outside, temperature is 43 degrees, and that sunrise this morning is at 7:16. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more headlines right after this.
Say less, get more. Buy one, get one for $1. Choose from Bacon McDouble, McChicken, McDouble, or Hot and Spicy McChicken. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Lights,
Camera,
Oscars! Today, it's Lives After the Oscar Show. From the red carpet to exclusive backstage interviews, plus movie parodies.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
how you sleep sets your entire life in motion. So live your best life by getting your best sleep on a Doctor's Choice mattress. The perfect combination of support and comfort.
In fact, I've been recommending it to my patients for over 20 years.
Visit us in-store or online and discover all the benefits of Doctor's Choice, only at Denver Mattress.
How does free college or training sound? It's possible. Washington College Grant gives eligible people money for certificate programs, job training, apprenticeships, or college. Learn more at wagrant.org. That's wagrant.org.
Our goal is to be in this community in 50 years, in 100 years. We're here to take care of this community that's taking such good care of our family. That's why we fully inspect our vehicles and certify everything, because it's just the right thing to do. It is kind of at the core of who we are, that we don't miss anything, that we catch every little detail. We have our customers' lives in our hands, so if they miss something, I mean, it's a huge deal. And so I give that speech to kind of every technician that comes through our door so they understand how important their job is. The most important part of our certified process is the fact that you get full transparency. We're here to make sure that our customers feel confident and comfortable with the decisions they're making. Buying pre-owned with McCurley means your vehicle meets a higher standard.
Find your way home in a Subaru certified pre-owned vehicle from McCurley Subaru.
For 600 different cigars and 120 fine pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Here sits the McDonald's hash brown, the side that makes every breakfast sandwich better. Let's all be more like the hash brown.
Your breakfast favorites are even better with a rich, medium iced coffee for just $2.29.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
A view of the Palouse like no other. Fly the Northwest Tuesday.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest and your health news. A health concern in Northern California. A medical facility in Sacramento is trying to contact about 300 people who were possibly exposed to measles. Doctors at UC Davis Health say a child was treated for the highly contagious disease on March 5th. Officials say the child had traveled abroad and was evaluated at the hospital's emergency room between noon and 5 p.m. Officials say people at the medical facility not vaccinated against measles or who are unsure of their vaccination status are at risk of getting the disease between 1 to 3 weeks after being exposed. Public health officials say they've seen an increase in measles cases in recent years. The Centers for Disease Control says so far there's been 45 cases in 17 states since the beginning of the year. The Biden administration is calling on insurance companies to help out weeks after hackers launched a cyber attack on a major healthcare system. The attack on Change Healthcare is impacting how healthcare providers are paid. This includes hospitals, doctors, pharmacists, and other providers across the country. Change Healthcare is part of United Health Group, and it processes 15 billion healthcare transactions each year. On Sunday, Health and Human Services Secretary Xavier Becerra and Acting Labor Secretary Julie Su released a letter to healthcare leaders, and they are urging private insurers to make advance payments to healthcare providers to ensure there's not a disruption in service. And a drug to treat ALS may be pulled from the market. The manufacturer of Reliviro, says the drug failed a large clinical trial. Amylyx Pharmaceuticals says after 48 weeks, the medication did not show significant improvement for ALS patients' ability to breathe, swallow, or speak. It also did not improve patient-reported quality of life, overall survival, or respiratory function. And the company says for now, Reliviro is still available, but it has stopped promoting the drug. And about 30,000 people in the U.S. suffer from ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. Patients' nerves slowly deteriorate, interfering with the ability to move, speak, or even breathe. After symptoms first appear, patients have about 2 to 5 years left to live. Also, the drug maker Eli Lilly says approval of its experimental Alzheimer's medication Donanemab will be delayed beyond the end of March. That's because the Food and Drug Administration plans to call a last-minute meeting of its outside advisors to review the drug's safety and efficacy. The medicine had been expected to be cleared by the end of the first quarter of this year. It had already been pushed back from an expected approval last year. It would be the second drug on the market that is shown to slow the course of Alzheimer's, which affects more than 6 million Americans. Both drugs work by targeting amyloid plaque buildups in the brain. And the FDA told Eli Lilly it plans to call the advisory meeting to discuss the safety of the drug and the design of a key clinical trial supporting its application. The company said the date for the meeting has not been set yet. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, a new response team in the Richland Police Department hopes to support victims of domestic violence. Riley Fitzgerald tells us why the department felt they needed to build the team coming up. Looking outside, temperature is 43 degrees. The sunrise this morning is at 7:16 a.m. Meteorologist Tiffany Savona will have more in that first alert full forecast. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You work hard for your money, and now you can get money back on state taxes you already paid with the Washington State Working Families Tax Credit. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
One county animal shelter turns down $75,000 in annual funding from a nearby city.
We're just trying to focus on keeping ourselves sustainable.
Riley Fitzgerald digs deeper for the answer. Apple Valley News Now's Good Morning Northwest. Watch Wednesday from 5 to 7.
Time for a new roof? Let M&M Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with a limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again.
With the rain and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Call today to receive 0% financing on approved credit.
So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let M&M Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is a sign you'll want in your yard.
Next ET.
ET at Blockbuster.
The biggest of the biggest. Hollywood's kings, queens, and Kens, plus all the stars serving Oscar swag. Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
At Batteries Plus, we bring power to your life. Visit Batteries Plus near you or online at batteriesplus.com.
Spring is in the air and creativity is blooming everywhere at Custer's 25th Annual Spring Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Hapo Center in Pasco. Join us as 150 artisans from across the Northwest display and sell their fine art, handcraft, and specialty foods. The variety and quality of work make this a must-see event. Single-day admission, only $8. Tickets on sale now at custershows.com. Custer's Spring Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Hapo Center in Pasco.
When a rookie stunt driver meets the trainer who thought he'd seen it all. Again. There's bound to be action. But this is no ordinary blockbuster. It's a Nissan sales event ad, so you better act fast. Don't miss your chance to drive away in a new Nissan.
Let's roll.
Hurry into the Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event.
Get 1.9% financing for 60 months on the 2023 Nissan Rogue, or get 2.9% financing for 36 months on Frontier.
Take advantage of the tax credits you can, including the annual Washington State Working Families Tax Credit. You can get money back on state taxes already paid. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
Stacy Lee, she's on your side. Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. I know it's probably a tough morning for you because of the time change this weekend and losing that hour of sleep. But as you're getting up, getting ready for work this morning, keep in mind that you will be getting ready in the dark because the sun will not rise until 7:16. But we do get those later sunsets as well, with a sunset tonight at 6:58. We are looking at partly cloudy skies this morning where we do see more clouds. Temperatures are a little bit higher, less in the way of cloud cover. It's a little bit colder. So Yakima, one of those spots, it's colder, 34, 28 in Ellensburg, 41 in Toppenish. We're at 43 in the Tri-Cities, 43 Prosser, colder in Hermiston. Look at that, for 34 rather, and 40 degrees in Pendleton and Walla Walla. So it's not too terribly cold out there this morning. And there's that batch of clouds that's moving through the Tri-Cities and along the foothills of the Blues as we speak. And we will clear out across portions of Prosser, Hermiston, and the Tri-Cities in an hour or so, and then we'll see temperatures drop a little bit more. So we will see the sunshine this morning once this batch of clouds moves through, and then our next storm system already starting to bring some coastal showers to the state. That will be here later on today, bringing us better chances for rain for the evening drive and overnight. So let's track the rain for you hour by hour. You're not going to need the umbrella this morning, but take it to work with you because I do think you'll need it later on today. So we're starting off partly cloudy, and then by lunchtime, we're still dry out there. Maybe a few showers in Yakima, maybe. Better chances will be to the west of the Yakima Valley, but all the computer models have this rain pushing in from west to east. Should arrive in the Tri-Cities around 4 or 5 o'clock. It will be on the light side, and that rain will continue this evening into tonight as well. So for today, increasing clouds. Showers don't move in until late Temperatures should top out around 60 in the Tri-Cities. Colder where the rain, I should say cooler where the rain moves in a little bit earlier. 52 in Yakima, 53 in Toppenish, 58 Walla Walla, 56 in Pendleton. Tonight, notice how the light rain continues, and then once we get past midnight, the rain becomes a little bit more scattered in nature. So by tomorrow morning, temperatures will likely be down in the upper 30s, lower 40s. 44 in the Tri-Cities, 39 in Prosser, 39 Hanford, and 42 in Walla Walla. Tomorrow, we could see a few showers from time to time, but notice the activity is very scattered out there during the day tomorrow. So tomorrow certainly will not be a washout, but we will keep that chance for light rain showers in the forecast. It will also be a breezy day. We could see gust highs 35, 40 miles per hour. Highs in the 50s, 58 in Tri-Cities, 56 Walla Walla, 57 in Hermiston. That's actually right around average for this time of year. How much rain are we talking through tomorrow? Not a lot. I think maybe a tenth of an inch, maybe a little bit more across the foothills of the Blues, up to about a quarter of an inch, but that should probably be the highest total out there. 7-day forecast showing that rain is looking likely later today, tonight. A couple of lingering showers tomorrow in Tri-Cities and Yakima. And look at those temperatures. We'll see a pattern change. So Wednesday through Sunday, we're dry. And look at those temps. We're talking about mid and upper 60s. By the weekend, finally, we get some nice weekend weather. We have to get through today and tomorrow in Walla Walla and Hermiston. Highs in the 50s. Rain likely later on tonight. And lingering showers tomorrow. Breezy. And then we'll see that gradual warm up through the rest of the week. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. And the Richland Police Department rolled out a new team recently. Riley Fitzgerald joins us live in studio this morning. Good morning, Riley. So how is this new response team going to affect the people in our community?
Good morning, Jessica. The RPD announced it's launched a domestic violence response team. The department calls it DVERT for short. DVERT is meant to provide comprehensive support to those affected by domestic violence in our community. According to the Richland Police Department, domestic violence is a complex issue that requires a multifaceted approach. And Commander Christopher Mason says for people who have been affected by domestic violence, he says it's not their fault.
Those that are victims, we want them to understand that it's not their fault. And I think it's important for everyone to understand that those that are victims of violence, it's not their fault. Often there's shame and confusion that's assigned to these events, and we want them to know that we're here to help them and to provide them the resources available.
Commander Mason says domestic violence often goes unreported, but there are resources for people available. Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, more about what the Richland Police Department's domestic violence response team looks like and how they plan to help the community. In studio, I'm Riley Fitzgerald. Jessica, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Riley. Oregon Governor Tina Kotek will sign a bill to recriminalize possession of certain drugs. It comes roughly 3 years after the state became the first in the nation to decriminalize possession and personal use of all drugs. Oregon voters decriminalized various hard drugs in a 2020 ballot initiative that took effect in 2021. Relaxing certain penalties for drug possession, the new law will make possession of a small amount of drugs such as fentanyl and heroin a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 6 months in jail. Opioid deaths in Oregon tripled between 2019 and 2022, with many of the deaths attributed to the rise in fentanyl. And the new law takes effect on September 1st. And when we return on Good Morning Northwest, a self-described pain scientist overcame frigid weather in Antarctica, hoping to set a new Guinness World Record for the longest polar ultra marathon.
Did you know that you may have insurance coverage for your own medical expenses? If you have insurance questions, call Allen Brecky Law Offices. Call 735-0546 to find out what your rights are under the law.
Listen up. You've got 4 days and 4 days only to save like never before during the 4-day super sale at Furniture Row. That's 4 days where the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. No limit. You'll also find huge savings on sofas and sectionals, dining tables and chairs, bedrooms, and much, much more. Plus, get 4 years no interest financing. But don't wait. The 4-day super sale at Furniture Row ends Monday.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's network free for 30 days?
Yeah.
Use this app. Want to do it even faster?
Here we go.
Oh, wow. US Cellular works great out here. Wow. Still have 5G here, too. Hey, I wonder if US Cellular lets me stream in my... Rec room. Yep, it's working. Hey, thanks for the lift.
Test drive US Cellular's award-winning network free for 30 days.
Dishwasher on the fritz. Laundry giving you fits. A water heater that quits. In a world without Culligan, hard water makes life harder. Get a Culligan softener, the world's best. Put your water worries to rest.
For 600 different cigars and 120 fine pipe tobaccos, it's the Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's the Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's the Educated Cigar. At the Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Before you head for the slopes, catch the Apple Valley News Now Northwest Ski Report. It's on air during weather, online at applevalleyNewsNow.com or on our mobile app. The Northwest Ski Report from Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Schweitzer Mountain Resort in Sandpoint, Idaho.
We wondered, where do people do their banking? So we asked.
I bank at Hapo.
Hapo's my bank. I've been a member of Hapo since I was 10 years old, 60 years.
I bank at Hapo Community Credit Union.
I'm with Hapo.
You're not just a number there. You know, you're treated really well.
I feel like they're part of my community.
It's easy, it's convenient, and I don't know, I just love the people there.
I guess the question we should be asking is, where do you credit union? Join Hapo Community Credit Union today.
Collision at only 20 miles per hour can still cause serious injuries, even with safety belts and airbags. There's no guarantee that you will walk away injury-free.
To find out what your rights are under the law, call now.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. 10,000 steps in a day might be good enough for the average person, but not Donna Urquhart. She just finished 871 miles in 28 days in a bitter cold climate. The Australian is an ultra-marathon runner and a self-described pain scientist who just set the new Guinness World Record for the longest polar ultra-marathon, pending ratification. Urquhart ran 30 miles per day in a below-zero temperature and gusty winds during her quest, which she calls Run Antarctica. Urquhart says the goal of Run Antarctica is to help embolden females to get into sports. She's run more than 50 ultramarathons so far and represented her country at World and Asia Championships. And coming up on Good Morning Northwest, President Biden and former President Trump held dueling campaign events this weekend in Georgia, the battleground state that secured Biden's victory in 2020. And the Israeli army initiated strikes on both southern and central Gaza over the weekend, ahead of what most Muslims consider the beginning of the holy month of Ramadan.
In today's Tech Bites, the new MacBook Airs are now here. The 13 and 15-inch M3 laptops have reached stores both digital and brick and mortar. Apple says the new processor is up to 60% faster than the M1 model. They also have an 18-hour battery. Reddit plans to raise nearly $750 million in its upcoming initial public offering of stock, according to Bloomberg. Shares in the social media company are expected to begin trading on the New York Stock Exchange next Thursday. Ryan Gosling's live rendition of I'm Just Ken was the top searched musical performance during last night's Oscars. It topped Billie Eilish singing What Was I Made For, also from Barbie, but she's the one that took home the award for Best Original Song. And Robert Downey Jr. was the top search nominee and acceptance speech. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Rhiannon Alley. Have a great day.
Blue Buffalo, huh? Yeah, Purina One. Yeah. I used to feed Purina One, but then I read the ingredients. Oh, yeah? Yeah, it's right there. Chicken, rice, flour, corn, gluten meal, whole grain corn, chicken byproduct meal. What's in blue? Deboned chicken, chicken meal, brown rice, barley, oatmeal. Yeah, but those ingredients cost a lot more. Blue is only about 50 cents more a day. That's not too much for my Chester.
Ugh,
When is my allergy spray gonna kick in?
You need Astapro.
Astapro?
It's faster, bro. 8 times faster than Flonase.
It's faster, bro.
It's faster, bro!
It's faster, bro.
It's mom to you.
Astapro starts working in 30 minutes. Astapro and go.
Nature's Bounty Hair Growth. Help grow thicker, fuller hair with just 1 capsule a day of advanced hair complex. Conquer hair thinning.
And fall in love with your hair all over again.
Only from Nature's Bounty.
Right now on Good Morning Northwest, both the Trump and Biden campaigns are stepping up their efforts, holding competing events in the battleground state of Georgia over the weekend. And President Biden calls on Prime Minister Netanyahu to pay more attention to the innocent lives lost in Gaza, as the Prime Minister declares the invasion of Rafah will continue. And meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your full weather forecast. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Hello and good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Dalal. The time is 5:31 on Monday, March 11th. Let's check in with our meteorologist, Tiffany Savona. Tiffany, we lost an hour of sleep last night or yesterday. What are we seeing this morning weather-wise?
I know. Hopefully everyone is recovering. It's always rough the Monday after daylight saving time when we do spring forward. So as you're waking up, I'm sure you're pretty tired this morning. I know I am. I know Jessica is. And as we're taking a live look out of our Legends Skycam and hotel, we're looking at partly cloudy skies this morning. I know it's tough to see because it's still dark outside, and it will be dark outside until the sun rises at 7:16. It'll get a little bit brighter out there before then, though. But we do get those later sunsets. 6:58 is the official sunset tonight in the Tri-Cities. Temperatures are all over the map because of the cloud cover that has been moving through. So where we're seeing more in the way of cloud cover, it's not quite as cold. So Walla Walla, you're mostly cloudy, 40 degrees. 40 in Pendleton. We're at 43 in the Tri-Cities, but those clouds will be moving off to the east pretty quickly. And we're at 34 degrees in Yakima with a mainly clear sky. So Tri-Cities, 40 degrees at 8, up to 53 by noon. Clouds increasing after we start off with some sunshine. Showers will be possible by the evening drive with temperatures around 60 degrees, so a relatively mild day. Yakima, lower 30s at 8, upper 40s at 12. Rain will push in a little bit earlier across the Yakima Valley, keeping highs down in the lower 50s. And in Walla Walla, 39 at 8, mostly cloudy throughout the day, highs in the upper 50s. Rain probably won't move in until after 4 o'clock. We do have a very nice 7-day forecast. Let you know when those 60s return coming up. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. The 2024 election showdown is in full swing with President Joe Biden in New Hampshire today after he and his GOP rival, Donald Trump, faced off in competing campaign rallies this weekend in the battleground state of Georgia. It's one of 8 planned visits to swing states for President Biden in the wake of his State of the Union address. ABC's M. Wynn has the latest.
President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump in dueling campaign rallies this weekend. Both rivals in the critical swing state of Georgia, laying out the stakes for this election.
Our freedoms are literally on the ballot this November.
The president aiming to lock in the image of a feisty commander-in-chief projected at his State of the Union address. Biden continuing the themes raised, the fight for democracy and reinstating Roe v. Wade and increasing taxes on the wealthy. Biden pointing to his predecessor who is rallying in Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene's district.
Donald Trump has a different constituency. Here's a guy who's kicking off his general election campaign on the road up with Marjorie Taylor Greene. It can tell you a lot about a person who he keeps company with.
The ex-president taking aim at the president's immigration policies.
The border is the biggest problem. I think it's one of the biggest problems, the greatest threat to the history of our country.
Trump is looking to win the battleground state of Georgia, where he lost to Biden in 2020 and now faces criminal charges for his efforts to overturn his election defeat. Our new poll, completed after Biden's address last week, shows Trump holding a 3-point lead over the president. But 30% say they trust neither candidate. Biden's campaign launching a $30 million ad blitz, touting his accomplishments and joking about his age.
Look, I'm not a young guy. That's no secret.
A day after the president's visit to the swing state of Pennsylvania.
But here's the deal. I understand how to get things done for the American people.
President Biden is expected to discuss healthcare costs in New Hampshire today. The Trump campaign has no scheduled events this week, but Trump's lawyers face a big day in court Thursday in his classified documents case. And around the world now, as the U.S. military prepares to build a temporary pier in Gaza to bring much-needed support to the war-torn region, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he'll move ahead with plans to invade Rafah in South Gaza, even though President Biden says he would consider this a, quote, red line. Today marks the start of the holy month of Ramadan for most Muslims. But over the weekend, Israeli strikes hit parts of southern and central Gaza, killing scores of people and injuring others. According to the Palestinian news agency, President Joe Biden says while Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has the right to defend his country from Hamas, but he also needs to, quote, pay more attention to the innocent lives lost in Gaza.
Must pay more attention to the innocent lives being lost as a consequence of the actions taken. He's hurting, in my view, he's hurting Israel more than helping Israel.
Netanyahu, defending his policies in Gaza, says he's unclear about Biden's comment on the matter.
If you meant by that I'm pursuing private policies against the majority, the wish of the majority of Israelis, and that this is hurting the interests of Israel, then he's wrong on both counts.
In a White House statement released Sunday night, President Biden said, quote, the suffering of the Palestinian people will be front of mind for many. It is front of mind for me. And according to CNN, a member of Hamas spoke with them and said there are, quote, no dates yet for negotiators to go back to Cairo and discuss a potential ceasefire in Gaza. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, in just under a month, a celestial event that occurs only once every 20 years or so is set to take over the skies. We'll tell you how to get the best look next. And looking at our sky now, it's 43 degrees dark out there. The meteorologist Tiffany Savona will have more in that first alert full forecast. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Tonight, the chilling true crime story of an 85 Chicago Bears legend, the murder of his pregnant girlfriend.
This was an execution.
And the stunning jailhouse interview with the killer. Bad Romance, tonight on ABC.
If you're hurt at work, your life can go into a downward spiral.
You're injured. You can't work. Your bills are piling up.
But winning workers' comp benefits isn't easy.
You're the underdog.
We'll fight laboring industries to get you the workers' compensation benefits you deserve.
If you were hurt at work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411 for a free consultation. Bothwell and Hamill.
When a rookie stunt driver meets the trainer who thought he'd seen it all.
Again.
There's bound to be action. But this is no ordinary blockbuster. It's a Nissan sales event ad, so you better act fast. Don't miss your chance to drive away in a new Nissan.
Let's roll.
Hurry into the Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event.
Get 1.9% financing for 60 months on the 2023 Nissan Rogue, or get 2.9% financing for 36 months on Frontier.
Young and old, come dance the night away. Active for Life presents Senior Prom. The festivities take place March 28th at the Red Lion Pasco. This year's theme is Dancing Through the Decades. This event is open to the public, so grab your favorite senior and dress up in your favorite decade. There'll be a red carpet walkthrough with dinner, drinks, and dancing, plus a photo booth, games, and tons of prizes. Get your tickets online at Solutions in Home Care, Wheatland Bank, or Family Resource Home Care. Senior Prom at the Pasco Red Lion, brought to you by Active for Life's fine sponsors and title sponsor Chinook Home Healthcare.
Upgrade your kitchen with Frigidaire Professional, offering powerful performance and professional-grade design. The front control gas range provides the ultimate flexibility for making your favorite meals. Sear and saute with precision, and flip pancakes on the griddle for golden results. And thanks to our smudge-proof stainless steel, spend less time cleaning while keeping your kitchen looking spotless.
You won't find Frigidaire Pro at the box stores, but it's on sale at Fred's. Fred's Appliance. We want to be your choice.
When it's more than just your lawn, it deserves the Kubota Z400. When you need a head-turning offer on class-leading speed, agility, durability, simple deck height adjustments, and a professional-grade cut, then you need the Kubota Z400 mower. Now get the Z400 mower for 0 down, 0% APR for 48 months or save $300.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
Hello there. Watch live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekday mornings at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Check this out. If you missed the last total solar eclipse visible in the U.S. in 2017, you'll soon have another opportunity to witness this phenomenon. Monday, April 8th, a total solar eclipse will pass over Mexico, the U.S., and Canada. Jen Sullivan talks to a travel expert about where to go and the best way to experience it.
Do you still have those special solar eclipse viewing glasses? You may have another opportunity to use them. On April 8th, a total solar eclipse will be visible to millions of people in North America, 32 million in the U.S. alone.
I saw the last solar eclipse, and there is really something magical.
Expedia travel expert Melanie Fish says this eclipse will be visible in more areas than the Great American Eclipse in 2017.
This time, the solar eclipse covers a much more populated path of totality. So that means a lot more people are going to have a chance to see it.
A solar eclipse is when the moon passes between the sun and the earth, casting a shadow on the earth that fully or partially blocks the sun's light, creating darkness like this during the day. Mexico's Pacific coast will experience the total eclipse first. Then the path enters the U.S. and goes up to Newfoundland, Canada. People in 15 states will be able to view the phenomenon, and lodging is already in high demand.
Availability is getting tight for hotels to stay in and vacation rentals in the path of totality.
This year's rare sight falls around spring break, which is already a popular time to travel. So book accommodations, flights, and car rentals now. For those who have the week off, Fish suggests planning an entire trip around the solar eclipse. So pick a place where there are other things to see and do. Most importantly, plan ahead.
Don't just wing it and hit the road and say, I'm going to drive to wherever the eclipse is.
I'm Jen Sullivan.
After April 8th, the next total solar eclipse visible across the U.S. won't happen until August 23rd, 2044. Think about what age you'll be then. Oh gosh. Well, up next on Good Morning Northwest, there's a new way to report a lost pet that's a lot faster than running around town posting flyers. We'll tell you about it coming up. And looking outside, temperature has been the same pretty much throughout the morning. It's 43 degrees. Meteorologist Tiffany Savona has that first alert full forecast. That is next.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
Danny was rear-ended by a semi-truck. Serious injuries.
Mariano's reputation and experience gave him an advantage over the insurance company.
Daniel got paid a lot.
He lives up to his reputation, which is somebody who gets results.
Call 853-2222. From Apple Valley News Now, this is Apple Valley Eats.
All right, so my job here is the food and beverage executive chef. I've been here 10 years. Started off here as an entry-level cook. I was given the opportunity to step into the executive chef role, which is the position that I'm in. I've been in that position for about 6 years now, almost. What I do here, I handle not so much the day-to-day operations, but everything that goes into the menu planning, the SOPs for all of the cooks, recipes, ensuring all the recipes are all the same, the consistency, the vision of the food and beverage department as far as the aesthetics, what is it gonna look like, what does the food preparation look like. We have everything from catering, fast food, employee meals, which is a cafeteria style setting, and then obviously our bread and butter, what we do, a buffet here at Legends. What we like to do here is try to keep our team members happy, try to be versatile with them, try to be flexible, whatever needs that they may have, we try to accommodate. We do have childcare here on property, so if somebody needs to drop their kids off at childcare, that option's always there. You could come into our department with no experience at all, but we're gonna show you how to hold a knife, we're gonna show you how to cut vegetables, we're gonna show you how to cut meat, we're gonna show you how to use all the equipment. Is the comfort of knowing that I'm gonna have my consistent 40 hours a week. And that goes from everywhere from a dishwasher all the way up to my position. It's another benefit of working here at Legends. I like to think of it more as a career rather than a job.
Time for a new roof? Let M&M Roofing replace it with a product so good, you'll never have to replace it again. All roofs come with a limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again.
With the rain and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency.
Call today to receive 0% financing on approved credit. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is a sign you'll want in your yard.
So, all of us are here to talk about trading. Right now at US Cellular, you can get a new phone without having to trade in your old one.
Trade you my PB&J for that phone.
No, kid, you don't have to trade. See, $830 off any phone at US Cellular. No trade-in needed.
You drive a hard bargain. Boom. Chocolate milk.
You don't have to trade. I'll take the chocolate milk.
Okay.
Get $830 off any phone. No trade-in needed. US Cellular. Built for us.
Danny was rear-ended by a semi-truck. Serious injuries.
Mariano's reputation and experience gave him an advantage over the insurance company.
Daniel got paid a lot.
He lives up to his reputation, which is somebody who gets results.
Call 853-2222.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Good morning. Hope everyone is having a good start to their Monday. Temperatures are all over the map this morning because of the cloud cover pushing through. So where there's currently a little bit less cloud cover, it's a little bit colder. That's the case in Yakima and Ellensburg, 34 in Yakima, 28 in Ellensburg. We're at 40 in Prosser. We currently have clouds over the Tri-Cities and Connell, keeping temperatures in the low and middle 40s. And it's mostly cloudy along the foothills of the Blues, 40 degrees Walla Walla, 40 in Pendleton. But these clouds are in the process of clearing out, at least in the Tri-Cities, Yakima. So we will start off with some sunshine this morning, more cloud cover along the foothills of the Blues. But the clouds will be on the increase throughout the day today as our next storm system moves in from the Pacific Ocean. So rain chances going up later on today, staying with us tonight and into tomorrow. We'll have a couple of showers tomorrow with the upper level storm system overhead, and we still have that dip in the jet stream. But we get a pattern change by the middle of the week. An area of high pressure will start to build in to the Pacific Northwest, and that's going to spell a very nice warm up as we head right into your weekend. So we'll finally get a taste of spring across the region. As we take a look at what we're expecting this morning, waking up to partly to mostly cloudy skies, then the clouds thicken up, they lower, and temperatures will be rising throughout the day despite the cloud cover increasing. So by noon, we may see a few rain showers out across the Yakima Valley. The rest of the region still dry, but take that umbrella with you today because by the evening drive, that's when you'll encounter these light rain showers area wide, and that light rain will continue tonight and into early tomorrow. So today, increasing clouds. Rain doesn't arrive until late day, so most of the daytime hours will be dry with highs in the lower 50s across our westernmost communities, highs around 60 in Tri-Cities, mid and upper 50s along the foothills of the Blues. So a rather seasonable mid-March afternoon expected temperature-wise. Rain continues this evening. Overnight, you notice the rain becomes a little bit more scattered in nature as temperatures fall back down into the 30s and 40s. So 39 tomorrow morning in Hanford and Prosser, 44 in the Tri-Cities, 42 in Walla Walla. Tomorrow, just a few hit or miss rain showers on and off throughout the day. Notice the activity is very scattered and it's not going to be steady like we're expecting this evening and overnight. So a few rain showers linger on Tuesday, and then we'll dry things out by the middle of the week. So tomorrow, the wind kicks up. High temperatures drop a few degrees into the mid and upper 50s. But look at the 7-day forecast. I think you're really going to like it. Once we get past today and tomorrow, Wednesday, high pressure starts to build in, and look at that nice warm up in the Tri-Cities. 60s return Thursday. We're talking about mid and upper 60s. Plenty of sunshine this weekend and for St. Patrick's Day if you're celebrating. Yakima 52 today, 53 tomorrow, and then we're close to 60 Thursday, mid and upper 60s this weekend. That is something to get forward to. Make those outdoor plans now. Walla Walla, we have that rain likely later on today, overnight. Bit more scattered tomorrow, breezy, and those 60s return Friday. Looking good in Walla Walla this weekend. Hermiston 59 today, 57 tomorrow, 60s by Thursday, getting close to 70, if you could say that, by the end of the weekend. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany, and I like the sound of 60s. I also like the sound of this next story. So the Tri-Cities Animal Shelter in Pasco is rolling out a new and improved way to report lost pets. So according to shelter officials, everything's now all online. The website lists the number of lost pet reports, found pet reports, and the number of animals who have been returned to their owners. And since the site first launched in mid-January, almost 50 animals have been reunited with their owners. Officials say the original idea came from a different shelter all the way in Florida.
Actually came about as a result of just a need that we saw. Our staff had been relying heavily on paper lost and found forms, which created a lot more paperwork than we needed, and it was also harder to find those pets because you would have to go through a book and flip through each page. So we decided, why don't we just do an online reporting? And we worked with our GIS team over at the city, and they were able to create an online form that then took the data from the form and mapped it.
The website serves the whole Tri-Cities metro area, and the new online tool can be found at animalsheltertc.com. Over the weekend, the state championship of the National Archery in the Schools program was hosted in Kennewick for the very first time. It began Friday at the Benton County Fairgrounds, featuring over 700 archers from across the state. Both the state championship and the Bullseye and the IBO3D Challenge were up for grabs over the weekend. Connell Elementary's Aubriel Shaver finished ninth among middle school girls, while Connell High School's Dalston and Karsten Schwendeman, sorry if that name pronunciation was wrong, they both finished in the top 10 in the high school boys competition.
It was really good. First people to shoot. My 10 meter was good. I shot a 48, and then a 50. And then I backed up and things got a little rough, but I still got a 268 overall, so that's pretty good.
And that's out of how much?
300.
These students are coming from all across the state, from Spokane, Clarkston, Linden, Centralia, Seattle, all over the place. They're coming here to see who's the best archer.
Athletes receive scholarships, awards, and the chance to qualify for the national championships scheduled for April in Utah. Scholarships range from $500 to $1,500, plus offers support for post-secondary education or training programs upon high school graduation. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, last night was Hollywood's biggest night as the 96th Academy Awards celebrated the year's best movies. We'll have the highlights coming up.
Mr. Box, I had this idea.
Is it giving people lots of great food for $6 and letting them choose between 2 delicious sandwiches? Great idea, Devin. Run with it.
Well.
And you run and get my $6 Jack Pack.
Welcome to Jack in the Box. Hit by a big truck in bad weather? There's a law that says truck drivers have a legal duty to use extreme caution when driving in hazardous conditions. Knowing these laws sets my truck wreck team apart. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Hit by a big truck? Our team knows truck wrecks and how to win for you. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
For 600 different cigars and 120 fine pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Good news. For years, Washington Realtors embraced some of the most consumer-friendly practices in the nation, putting fairness and transparency at the heart of the home buying process, providing clients with the duties of their real estate broker in the transaction, along with a written agreement explaining the cost of brokerage services, and receiving and signing this agreement up front. Now, these principles are not just industry standard, they're state law. Transparency in real estate, brought to you by Washington Realtors. Is your broker a realtor?
Rated the best hearing aids of 2023 by Forbes, the Audien Atom 2 series offers superior sound quality and functionality for a fraction of the price. For just $189 a pair, the Atom 2 features 4 different hearing modes for all types of hearing loss. It packs crystal clear sound, a nearly invisible design, and is even rechargeable.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids. They're so comfortable, I forget I'm wearing them. And the sound is amazing.
The Atom Pro 2 is our smallest hearing aid yet, featuring advanced background noise cancellation and is the world's first hearing aid with built-in UV cleaning that kills 99% of bacteria.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed without seeing a doctor or having a hearing test.
Join over 500,000 happy customers today and get the hearing you deserve.
Call 1-800-434-2113 or go to audienhearing.com to get your pair of Audien hearing aids starting at just $189.
My French toast sticks are back, starting at $2.50. Now with a sweet new twist: cinnamon sugar churro. Dunk, bite, and savor them any time of day or all day. It's totally up to you. Only for a limited time.
Welcome to Jock in the Box.
World News Tonight with David Muir, twice each day. Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back. Here's your close to home forecast. It's a chilly start this morning, not overly cold. We're really not seeing many 20s out there. It's more 30s and even low to middle 40s. 43 in the Tri-Cities, 40 Walla Walla, 34 in Yakima. So you will definitely need that coat this morning. Also grab the umbrella. I think most of the day is going to be dry. However, rain moves in late during the afternoon, mainly by that evening commute. So highs lower 50s in the Yakima Valley, where that rain will push in a little bit earlier than the mid-Columbia region. 60 for your high temperature in Tri-Cities, 56 Hanford, 54 Prosser, close to 60 in Hermiston. And along the foothills of the Blues, rain won't push in until probably after the evening drive, with temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. In entertainment news now, Oppenheimer winning big at this year's 96th Academy Awards. The blockbuster movie taking home 7 Oscars, including Best Picture. ABC's Tim Pulliam is outside, or has a recap of Hollywood's biggest night.
Oppenheimer, a powerful force at this year's Academy Awards, winning 7 Oscars, including Best Film.
Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
8-time nominee Christopher Nolan receiving his first win in the directing category, and Cillian Murphy winning his first trophy for Best Actor.
For better or for worse, we're all living in Oppenheimer's world, so I would really like to dedicate this to the peacemakers everywhere.
Poor Things taking home trophies in several design categories. Emma Stone winning Best Actress. The 2-time winner accepting the award with a wardrobe malfunction.
My dress is broken. I think it happened during I'm Just Ken. The women in this category: Sandra, Annette, Carrie, Lily, I share this with you.
I'm just Ken. Anywhere else I'd be.
Ryan Gosling's performance of the Oscar-nominated song bringing the crowd to their feet. But it was Barbie's other hit song that won the gold.
What was I made for?
Brother and sister duo Billie Eilish and Phineas O'Connell setting the record as the youngest 2-time Oscar winners at age 22 and 26.
I had a nightmare about this last night.
The first award of the night went to supporting actress nominee Da'Vine Joy Randolph in The Holdovers.
For so long, I've always wanted to be different. And now I realize I just need to be myself.
3-time nominee Robert Downey Jr. winning his first Oscar for his supporting role in Oppenheimer.
I'd like to thank my terrible childhood and the Academy, in that order.
4-time host Jimmy Kimmel had the audience laughing all night. One joke taking aim at the former president.
Well, thank you, President Trump. Thank you for watching. I'm surprised you're still watching. Isn't it past your jail time?
The nominees and the winners partied at the governor's ball. They celebrated with champagne and dinner created by Chef Wolfgang Puck. Tim Pulliam, ABC News.